Hi guys, and welcome back to On the Fence. Liverpool have just beaten Watford by 2 goals to 0 at Anfield. Probably the best Watford have played all season, except for maybe the Chelsea game. But I do believe with the new manager bounce, that's probably the best they've played overall, except for the finishing being shite. I think Liverpool did get away with it a little bit today. Just the 2 goals that we scored through Mo Salah. The second one was a bit of a a weird goal to score as well. But yeah, I think Watford were a victim of their own poor finishing, to be honest, at times. The wind was a big factor in this game. The ball was just everywhere, to be honest. And then every time that Watford seemed to have a decent chance, they just miskicked the ball. There was 2 in the first half. Decore and Salah both, respectively, miskicking the ball completely when they had chances in the box. Liverpool giving the ball away a lot. Even Virgil van Dijk almost scoring an own goal and stuff like that. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. But today Liverpool were quite poor and got away with it. I think you could kind of tell that there was a bit of pressure on us to win this game because it is a must win. We're playing bottom of the league, and this is our last game before Christmas, before we come back to obviously a shorter deficit, I presume, with Leicester and United and Leicester and City, presumably gonna possibly pick up some points from now till Christmas, which means that when we come back for Christmas, we won't have that. It won't be that 8-point gap or 11-point gap, which it is now, over Leicester. It'll be shorter, so we do have to account for that. So of course Liverpool were nervous going into this. So, getting the win is the most important thing, and we did that. We scored 2 goals. We kept another clean sheet. Oh my God, yes. A big turnaround now. So that's Alisson keeping 2 back-to-back clean sheets now for the first time since however long. And yeah, obviously the European hangover again. We played our last group stage game for this season against Salzburg midweek. So there's lots of factors as to why Liverpool didn't have a good game. But, I don't give a shit. I really don't. We weren't great, and we still scored 2 goals and won the game. The first goal comes from a counter-attack from Watford's corner. They whip it in. I think this is just after one of the miskicked shots or something happens, and it goes out for a corner, and then they whip it in, comes back out to them. They try and cross it in again. It gets cleared, and Firmino at the edge of our box just sort of like punts it from behind his head. He lifts his head up and he lifts his foot up and just kicks it behind him, and he finds Mane out on the left hand side. The ball's bobbling. The wind's absolutely terrible, and similar to his pass against Everton for Origi, that one was a bit more slide rule, a bit more controlled. This one, he just kind of he just moves it across, moves it up to Salah, and Salah's outpacing Kiko Firmino or whatever his name is, and he's left hand side of the box. He cuts inside onto his right foot, and he curls it past Ben Foster. At one point, I did think he took too many touches because he croifs inside, and then he takes another right footed touch when he's cleared on goal. He should probably just hit it first time anyway. And as he comes inside, Salah just tries to come in to make the tackle, but his tackle's pathetic, to be honest. And Salah is still able to get a shot away because it's because he's a forward player, Salah, but he doesn't even really make that much. Doesn't have any intent to make a tackle. He's just getting back to show that he cares, really. Poor defending from Watford and a goal for Liverpool. Like I said, Watford did play really well in this game, and at times did cause us problems. But like I said, due to the lack of finishing, it was terrible. But you can tell the difference between the two sides in terms of just the finishing. Liverpool did have a couple of chances, but the 2 that we scored are the 2 that you really care about. In the second half, we brought on Origi. Gini Wijnaldum had to go off, unfortunately, through I think it was a muscle injury to his hamstring. Hopefully he's okay. We can't have another midfielder going out, to be fair. So Robertson comes on for Milner, for Gini. Milner goes to the middle, straight after he got a booking. He consummates his new contract with a very cynical tactical foul on Salah. As he goes past him, he just nicks at his ankles. He slides through and takes his ankles. Just what you want James Milner to do. And a couple of minutes later, he puts a shot on goal, and it just rolls and bobbles past the post. So similar to Lucas Leiva a few years ago. But Robertson comes on, Milner goes to the middle. We bring Oxlade-Chamberlain on for Firmino. It might be Firmino, and then we bring on Origi as well. just to see the game out. We went 4-5-1 right at the end, and then Rigi comes on, we play it through. Mane gets played through on the right hand side. He crosses it through. Sorry, I can't really talk. He crosses it across the box to Rigi at the pen spot. He tries to have a shot, and similar to his Watford counterpart, he miskicks it as well. But it comes to Salah on the other side, next to the left hand post, and he backheels it through the defender's legs into the goal. I really apologise if I can't speak properly. I don't know why. I just can't find the words. But I think I've explained myself well. I think I've described the goals just as they happened. 2-0, 3 points. We're going to the Qatar to play in the Club World Cup. We could possibly, the next time we play a Premier League fixture, we could be in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, and we could have a Club World Cup trophy, the first in our history, under our belts. So what more can you ask for? We've beaten poor Watford side, but a side who've bounced back with a decent manager in Nigel Pearson. I think they'll do quite well, to be fair. I think the commentator said something like they need 9 wins to get themselves out of trouble. I think they're capable, to be fair. You know, I look at what Nigel Pearson did for Leicester a few years ago before Ranieri took over. He did a good job at Leicester, and he's the manager who was behind the Great Escape the year before they won the league. You know, they were, for all intents and purposes, Leicester were down and out that season in the Premier League, and he completely turned the ship around. So, you know, with Craig Shakespeare by his side as well, you know, I don't see why Watford can't do it at Leicester and get themselves out of trouble, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, it was a poor performance from Liverpool, but it's a good result for Liverpool, and that's all that matters at this stage of the season. December period, you're having games thick and fast. All that matters is that you get the victories. Even in the Club World Cup, it doesn't matter where you're playing. Just get the results. The performances don't matter that much. It doesn't matter whether you're on complete and utter form. But Mo Salah scored 2 goals there, so he'll be happy anyway. And there's no way you can't be happy, especially when you win games like that, when you win them really uglily. You've got to be happy because, you know, you've got away with one, but also there's lots of room for improvement, which can only mean good things. If you've won a game 2-0 in the Premier League and you're disappointed, that just shows how good you are. End of the story. I've been on the fence. Thank you for watching. Yeah, see you later.